Do you look around at all that you have and still feel like something's missing? Do you want something different, but you just don't know how to get it? If you're like me, there was a time when I just wanted to be happy. And I was searching and looking, trying to figure out how to make that so. And I did the positive affirmations, I did the meditations, I did the conferences and the book reading. And everybody told me that, yes, it is possible to be happy and that I had the power within me to make that happen. And they didn't have the how to. Like, how do I actually do that? And I would ask them and they'd say, well, do positive affirmations. And I'd say, yes, I've done that. And I still don't feel happy. And they say, well, you just need to meditate more. And so I began this journey to explore how I could feel happy regardless of what was going on outside of me. Because you see, the people that were teaching me how to feel happy seem to have this unscathed life where nothing really traumatic has happened to them. They probably have a 6-figure bank account. They had a good job. They were doing what they love. They were, at least it appeared to me. And 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 my circumstances were very different than that. And it appeared that every time I felt like I was just about on the verge of like, wow, I'm really feeling good, then something outside of me would happen that would just totally throw me into a tailspin again, and I'd end up back where I was. So this is when I began learning about limiting beliefs. And like everything in my life, oh, okay, if I clean up the limiting beliefs, I'll be happy. Okay, just show me how to do it. And there wasn't really anyone that could do that. And this began my journey. I did perceive that it was the limiting beliefs that were keeping me from feeling the way I wanted to feel. But even back then, I still treated it as though once I clean up all my limiting beliefs, then I'll be happy, like forever. and and now I recognize that the happiness is already within all of us. It is our natural state. It is who we are. And in order to tap into that, we can do that moment to moment, but it requires us to clean up or to be able to perceive differently than what we've done in the past. So we have to either clean up the limiting beliefs that exist that we are perceiving our world through. And if we can do that, then we can tap into our natural state of happiness in any moment. So even though I've done this work for a very, very long time now, most of the time I'm in that natural state of happiness. And this is like I'm a neutral kind of place. It's I'm good, with what's happening. And even in what used to be very stressful circumstances, I can kind of ride it out and it really doesn't faze me, but not all the time. Sometimes I watch as I disconnect without really knowing it, and my awareness gets drawn outward. Usually for me, it's on projects. When I get heavily into a project, I get caught up in what needs to get done. And then I start to build this story of what I need to have happen or my expectations. And all those projections actually take me out of the present moment. And that, by taking me out of the present moment, takes me out of my natural state of happiness. So my passion now, through my coaching and through the conference, Unleash Your Greatness, that I'm doing, is bringing people the experience that they have the power within them in any moment to tap into their natural state of happiness. And it's all about sharing how to practically do that, because I got tired. I got tired of looking outside of myself, looking for someone else to do this for me, someone else to heal me, someone else that seems to have more knowledge and more skill set and more strategies, more famous, that they must know how to do it. And I've come to learn that is so not true. And that it actually is up to each individual to do this on their own. And so I'm super passionate about working with people to show them how they can do that in their everyday lives. Because that's what it's all about. It's about each of us living a happy, connected, joyful, beautiful, very present life. That's what we're here to do. And, you know, one of the simple steps that you can do to get this started is to recognize the power of your body. Your body actually lets you know when you are in alignment with that natural state of happiness and when you're not. When you are in alignment with that natural state, it usually feels neutral, but also loving. Like, think of a time when you experienced gratitude. You know, maybe a child was born, maybe you got your degree, graduation, maybe it was standing at the shoreline watching a beautiful sunset, but one of those moments. And in that moment, your body probably felt very light, and it probably felt loose, and it could be tingly, but it doesn't have to be all that demonstrative. It's more subtle. And when you're out of alignment, when you are believing or perceiving through a limiting belief, it feels tense, it feels restricted, it feels tight. And so that slight difference is the first indication that you are believing a limiting belief, or that you are perceiving your present experience through an old one. And that skill is the first step to tapping into your natural state of happiness. If this is of interest to you, the Unleash Your Greatness Conference, which is coming up May 3rd to 5th in Ridgeway, Ontario, I have specifically designed the conference for people to be able to begin that process of introspection and to recognize when they're in alignment, when they're not, and the power of transforming those limiting beliefs into, life affirming and life giving type thinking and living. And so I want that for myself, and I want that for you, because it's so much easier to live life without that veil of limiting beliefs, because then we just get to see the gifts in everything as they were meant to be. Have a beautiful day.